On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run again with Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Here's Allen to throw it. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. Touchdown! A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll start on the ground with Price. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at the Steeler defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. They'll run on first down with Price. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. This defense for the Steelers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now back to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. You look at the defense for these Texans. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And now they'll throw with Allen. Going deep for Walker. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that'll be incomplete.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Butker on for the PAT. And it's 21-3. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. Now a give running left is Price. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Price. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. It would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Price. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Choose the mic. Let's go, defense.
They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now Allen going deep for Walker. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On the handoff, Price trying the left side. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
They'll throw now on the final play. Throw left side complete. That's Price. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So they look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They'll run on first, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down. Allen. This is caught at the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. A give up the middle to Price. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 119 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance.
Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
They'll try the left side. Callahan, and a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Terry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Harris running straight ahead. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Here's Allen. And Walker has it.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A give running right. It's Price with it.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They run again with Harris. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a handoff up the middle. Callahan. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Third and 19.
Back to throw here.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They hand this off to Harris. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first